everyone, welcome back. I am Soma. If you're here for the first time, thank you so much for joining in. I make videos on personal development and lifestyle. So if you're the kind of person who loves to explore your own potential and wants to get more done, this community just might be right for you. Alright, so today we're going to talk about why it's a good thing to be bored. As a kid, I always hated being bored, and this was something that continued over many years, because I thought, who wants to get bored? So I would even move things around a lot, get more done, declare that I'm the impulsive kind, so I would just randomly do things. And I figured that was my way to rebel, to be me, to declare that this is who I am and that is my identity and entity. Fast forward to today, what about you? If you're in a work meeting or even in a family dinner, what do you do when you're bored? Do you take your phone out and you start scrolling? I guess that's what we all do, because we are not comfortable to ask a question in a meeting to be more engaged, or even want to know the person sitting next to us having dinner. We don't want to strike a conversation, we just want to get back to a comfort zone. What about today's age, right? We can't get bored. We aren't allowed to be bored ever, because feeling a little bored, hey, let's shop, let's order some food, let's randomly just get random things done, because you know what, we are not allowed to be bored. We just have to constantly check our Twitter, Facebook, Insta handles, anything new that's coming up, like TikTok, whatever is there, we just have to be there, because the fear of losing out and the fear of not knowing what's going on in the digital space has made sure that we have spread ourselves thin everywhere. And what does that mean? That we have lesser and lesser time to actually connect with anyone, to actually even connect with us. So why is boring good for you? So fast forward to today, I would exchange anything to be really bored, because boredom for me would mean doing the same thing every day, which is routine, repetitive lifestyle, deep work, working on the same thing over and over again, and not a lot of change in doing random things and late night and things that would distract you from what you are currently working on, which is everything that you would associate with a successful person and their lifestyle. Here are 3 things that you would probably think what boring is about. But let me break it to you. Boring is not a bad thing. It's good for you. Okay, so the first one is wearing the same clothes or even eating the same food. There's hugely successful people like Barack Obama, Mark Zuckerberg, and even Steve Jobs. All of them wore the same colored clothes every day. Look at Tim Ferriss. He eats the same breakfast every day. The idea behind the repetitive lifestyle is not that you can't afford the choices. The idea is that you want to take out decision making from the moment you wake up, because if you have to wake up every day and you fatigue yourself and your brain trying to make these smaller decisions, by the time we actually get to work, our real work day starts, we are already tired. Now, change is good for you, don't get me wrong. You would say, are you kidding me? Are you telling change is not good? Of course it's good. But change does not mean it has to be done every day, every hour. You do not want a lot of context switching, right? I think we have covered in the last video, and if you haven't watched it, you should, because I talked a lot about what is attention residue and the amount of time you waste when you're trying to work on multiple things together. Multitasking sometimes always isn't a good thing, because if you're moving from one task to another, not only do you lose a period of time where you are really not focused because you're in the zone where you're moving from A to B, it also has something called attention residue, which is your brain still hasn't moved from the last job, though you're physically probably moved to the next one. Here's a very interesting story that I heard long ago. So, and I don't mind sharing it with you. A couple of years ago, my grandma actually had a fall. She was more than 85 then, so she had multiple fractures in her leg, and we obviously had to hospitalize her, and there was an operation and all that. And eventually, obviously, we met the surgeon, and he was a wonderful person, a very renowned doctor, and things went well for my grandma. And later, when the physiotherapist was working on her, we actually heard a lot of stories about the doctor, and it was amazing to know that the kind of lifestyle he led, because he wanted to be very consistent. He's a surgeon, right? So as a surgeon, when there are people's life depending on you, you just cannot say today, I'm in the mood to watch a movie, so let's do Netflix reruns. So I'm going to stay up till 3 a.m. in the morning watching Netflix, and tomorrow I have a surgery at 9 a.m. You just can't do it if you're a doctor, surgeon, anyone who's rather focused or involved in his or her career. So about this doctor, I heard that when he's in town and he's doing his regular schedules, he has a routine for everything. What he eats, it's the same thing he eats every day, even for dinner. And then when he goes for a walk, he goes for a swim, everything is timed, and everything, basically everybody, his staff knows what he's going to do at what period of time. And then the physiotherapist was sharing the story, and he was like, he's a completely different person when he's out on a vacation. He enjoys, will eat like fried food, have fun and all that, and by the time he's back in town, he's like super focused and back to his routine again. Are interested in really seeing how people who really work deep or really are focused, like probably surgeons or doctors work. There's a very interesting series in Netflix called Surgeon's Cut. I highly recommend you watch it because it's very, very inspiring. Just because not they're doctors or surgeons, I think it's because how their mindsets are. I think there are 5 episodes right now, and the last one is about Devi Shetty, the famous cardiologist from Bangalore. The second one is staying in the same house. So if you're bored, like, oh, I live in such a small house and I'm constantly comparing with beautiful pictures on Insta where people are like showing off the places they live in or they're vacationing at, things like that. Think about Warren Buffett, right? He bought a house, I think for $35,500 or something, and in Omaha, Nebraska, like in 1958, and that's the house he still lives in. And I read somewhere in an article that it's not even the largest house in the lane that he stays in, and he's fine because he thinks that is enough. That is what he needs. He doesn't need to show off his wealth by buying, a bigger house or something else. So reputation, staying in the same place, being around the same environment is a good thing. It's never a bad thing. I'll give you another example. I recently started reading this book called The Psychology of Money. Again, a wonderful book if you're interested. And without giving away much, there is a very nice incident where the author talks about the mindset and how it works. And he talks about this person who, when died, people were suddenly amazed because he left behind $2 million for his grandkids and $6 million for his local hospital and library. And all his life, he has worked as a janitor, okay? And people were amazed, like, how did he have so much money? Like, what did he do? And then the author breaks it down and says he went to work every day. He worked as a janitor, even though he had $8 million in his bank account. Every single day he went to work. He again lived in the same house that he had bought long ago. He never thought he should, have a lavish house or scale up his lifestyle or whatever, like we tend to think of these days, right? So I thought it was a rather interesting anecdote, something to really just not read, something to think about, that we focus so much of our energies in how things should change and every day should be interesting and what we can do. We're constantly thinking of the right shot and the right angle and where do we post it, how many likes do we get. It's just in our psychology these days, right? But people like that, people who are successful in their own right or successful and publicly, like Warren Buffett, it doesn't matter to them. The third one is working in the same domain over a period of time, or you're doing the same work over and over again, and you would say, like, everybody's changing job, everybody's just hopping from A to B, B to C, just doing random things, and I'm not. Like, my life is so boring because I'm stuck here. Well, think about it. Malcolm Gladwell actually talks about the 10,000 hour rule, and he says that if you haven't done a thing for 10,000 hours, you are not there. I mean, you're not an expert, you probably don't know much about that domain or the thing that you're doing, and basically whatever you're doing. It could be you are in any field, any domain, any profession, and you just have to do it. If you are thinking that just because I have a minimal lifestyle, or I can't afford a lot of variations right now in life, can't buy a bigger house, bigger car, can't go for a vacation, can't post beautiful pictures of beaches or hotel rooms, that's completely okay. That's okay, because you have a dream and you are trying to get there and you're working for it, and let anybody come and tell you that you need to go out for dinners or movies or spend money on doing things, and it's completely okay if you have a goal, or maybe you're trying to save, maybe you're trying to focus, you're trying to reinvest the money in your business or in your work, certifications, whatever it is you're trying to do. It's completely okay. So don't get influenced by people who will come and say that you're not good enough for them, because all you have to remember is, first of all, you have to be good enough for yourself. There are a lot of scientific studies also which says when you are not constantly entertained and you're really bored, that's when the time when the mind starts wandering, and it's a beautiful thing, because that's when you start thinking, or you're thinking random thoughts, or you're actually being creative and innovative. People name it in a different way today. They call it like digital detoxification. We are supposed to leave everything behind, go take a vacation, not look at your phone probably, and then you come back with ideas, and then you come back and implement it, right? I think I'm going to wrap up the video for now, and do let me know what you think about the video. If you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let your friends and family know about it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. I'll see you next week. Till then, bye bye, stay safe.